Pretty short story. We're going to be talking about the Tekken character controversy. So Tekken 7's coming out, and Brennan, take it away.
Okay, so Tekken 7 for the arcade is coming out in Japan.
In Japan. Not even a release, no release date in America yet.
That's true. They haven't even announced that not even no release date. They haven't even announced if they're going to get the arcade version for America yet. They haven't announced that they're going to port it to consoles. In all likelihood, they are going to.
Well, yeah, of course they will. I mean, it's Tekken. Every Tekken game has come to consoles eventually.
Yeah, I would imagine they would. I mean, I don't think they're trying to push that Tekken Revolution thing that they're doing on consoles too hard, which is their free-to-play online Tekken.
I played it. It sucks.
I think it probably gets better when you up your character so they're not so slow. But whatever, that's fine, whatever. So yeah, probably it's going to come unless they think that it's just not valuable, whatever. But in any case, the only thing they're working on right now that they've announced they're working on right now is Tekken 7 for the arcade for Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And they revealed some new characters.
And what was this character's name again?
Now, there's 3 new characters, but the big one that people are talking about is Lucky Chloe, who looks like an Asian pop star with cat ears and cat hands. Whatever.
And there's a reason Americans are, and the Americans got up in arms about this. They said, what's this all about? This looks crazy. And the reason is because we don't like that stuff here in America.
Apparently. There's a few reasons. Like, honestly, it's not quite whatever, but some places are reporting that it was like outcries that this is another sexist character somehow, even though she's not particularly sexualized compared to the rest.
Have you ever seen a Dead or Alive game?
Yeah, I mean, they could complain about more stuff, but it's like, compared to the rest of the Tekken characters, she's actually pretty well dressed.
And have you ever seen a Dead or Alive game?
Yes, there's that. There's other people saying simply, like, there's a lot of the gamers, fans of Tekken, that are saying it just looks uninspired or uninteresting, or this doesn't look like they don't like her fighting style that they've seen, because it looks like it's just another hip-hop fighting style, which we've already seen a bit of from other characters. So it's like, why bother? This seems just like they're lazily throwing in a hip-hop pop character to appeal to a pop crowd, which only exists in Japan to some extent.
Yeah, or Korea. I mean, those two.
So there's a range of criticisms there. Some people think she just looks annoying or ridiculous and unpractical.
I mean, I agree with she looks a little ridiculous.
Yeah, but have you seen the other Tekken characters?
Game. Yeah, exactly. It's a game. You know, it's
for all this. It's like, have you seen the other Tekken characters?
Yeah,
Come on.
And I watched a trailer of her fighting style, and I actually think her fighting style is cool. She kind of has like an Eddie fighting style, a little bit of capoeira.
That's what people were complaining though. Is like it's already too close to some other characters though. But for me, for you, I mean, I remember we both really liked like Eddie Guerrero. We liked some of the other guys. Like that's a cool fighting style. So whatever, fine. I don't care. Cool. Give me another one. Give me one that's slightly different.
I'm down with that.
You know, you just want to throw in some extra characters. Like, you're not taking away characters from me, right? So, all right.
But I'm going to get to the other point that they were making. I'm probably cutting Brennan off because he was probably about to get to this. But I'm doing it anyway.
What?
Okay, and then the funny part about this story was really the creator of Tekken. I can't remember his name. Like Kotsaba or something.
I forget what it's Harada something. I don't remember his full name.
And he got all upset and up in arms and kind of came out and said, "Fine, you Americans will redesign another character for you, and we won't even release her in your market. We'll give you some muscle-bound, skinhead-looking character." Which I was just like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it was a little bit much, and he was kind of trying to like, oh, don't worry, if you guys don't want her, then fine, that's fine. We won't release for you guys. She'll be exclusive to Japan, East Asia, and Europe, so everywhere but North American region.
Yeah. And then we'll make you pay an extra $5 to download her later, so screw you, Americans.
Yeah, but he kept saying that. And honestly that's where I think he kind of like went off a little bit with his response. Like, yeah, okay, you got some criticism. People didn't like your character. In the U.S., not everyone. And
welcome to the world.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. But also the specific comments reminds me just a lot of I don't know if you remember, it was like a year ago, a few months ago, there was another I think it was a fighting game. Um, Japanese game that came out though, where there was criticism by an American journalist about like over sexualized, like specifically this one was a criticism about being over sexualized or not even.
Have you ever
necessarily
seen Dead or Alive?
Yeah.
Not you.
Well,
Brendan.
this was a game though that was a little bit more risque, not this. But also there was criticism that they looked weird. Like I know the game that they're talking about. Let's not even talk
about Dead or Alive. Let's talk about Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball, the most exploitive game
Those
ever
at least
made.
looked. Though that game at least looked realistic. There was another game where just things looked distorted. Like,
Well,
I'm telling you. But anyway, I think it was like I keep thinking Guilty Crown, but I don't think it's Guilty Crown.
oh, Guilty Gear.
No, it wasn't Guilty Gear. It was
Skullgirls?
It was another. It was like a smaller game.
Skullgirls?
No. Because but we'll have to look it up sometime. But anyway,
Hey, if you know, hit us
the
up, let us
response was the same. The developer then was like, okay, well maybe you prefer this kind of character. And he draws like a bunch of bald men with like super huge muscles. Like that's more up your alley.
Yes.
Like whatever. And that created a big controversy. It's like, guys, just. Is that the only comeback you have?
Yeah,
Come
I mean,
on now.
like, that's not even a good comeback, because no, Americans don't really like that type of character. I believe Dead or Alive sold well in America, so... No, but I mean, it's just a little bit of a difference in culture, too, because if you look at the way Japanese... Yes, if you're here in America, you might think some of their outfits look a little interesting, but that's their culture. That's how they do things. If you don't like the way they dress their people, then don't buy the video games.
Or just don't play that character. Who cares? Like whatever.
Or don't play as that character. Exactly.
And it's not that obscure for a Tekken game. Come on now.
And again,
like, ooh, she has cat ears and cat arms. Whatever.
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, but like I said, I thought her fighting style looked cool. I mean, and she's probably going to get 15 different costumes that you'll have to pay $5 to download, and you know most people will because they're foolish.
Now, to be fair, as Namco kept emphasizing, the creator can only talk about the Japanese arcade unit because that's the only one they've officially announced. We know that the others are coming out, but to be completely honest, it is possible that this would be an arcade exclusive, and it's possible that the arcade might not make it to the U.S. because even though you still see some Tekken arcades units in the very few arcades that are left, there's not very many arcades.
Two that are left here in America.
The arcade business is dwindling, and if Namco doesn't have enough confidence in Tekken or is hurting at all, I could see them not bothering to release an arcade unit in the U.S. So you might not see it for that, and you might see several of these characters end up being arcade exclusives. I don't think they've done it before, but yeah.
But in general, to call this a controversy is almost ridiculous. It's just people making a mountain out of a molehill. Now, I think a lot of people...
It's really about the
creator came out...
creator's response, taking it too seriously. Which some
of
the other developers have said... Yeah, some of the other developers have said he's just kind of like joking and just trying to troll people, but... It's hard to say.
Which I find cool.
He kind of kept writing it like the same joke over and over, emphasizing, "Don't worry, we'll just release the skinhead for you guys because that's what Americans like. I'm not surprised." It's like it's clearly he's a bit bitter about it anyway. He might be trolling, but he's clearly a bit bitter.
He's a little bitter. He is a little bitter. So you can say we like skinheads over here in America, which I don't think he realizes what skinheads are. So that's another thing. I think he thinks skinheads are just bald guys, but that's kind of a racist movement. So I don't know if Americans like them that much. And Americans can make fun of Japanese cat ladies, I guess, if we want to. But let's just respect each other's culture. And USA World War II. Too far? Okay, well, let us know what you think. Is this a controversy? Is this not a controversy? And do people need to stop thinking that Americans like skinheads? Because that's weird. I guess some Americans like skinheads. I don't know. Maybe if you're a skinhead, you like skinheads. I don't know. So, but hit us up. Let us know what you think. Comments down below. Of course, @WordsMyFace on Twitter, Google Plus, and Facebook. And